Welcome everyone to the RTV studios here on the campus of Martinsville High School for another edition of Inside Martinsville Football on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and WREP 15 Sports. I'm your host Eric Meyer, joined as always by Artesian head coach Brian Duggar. And the Artesians take a tough loss on the road, their first loss of the season actually, at home on Friday night as the Decatur Central Hawks get the win 17-14.
Yeah, tough loss. Boys played well, fought hard. Really good Decatur team. Kind of good, see where we're at, gauge of we've got high expectations, but to kind of see where we're at on this season, and just came up short. We talked to the kids about how we put ourselves in a position to win the game, and there were about 5 plays that if we'd have won one of those plays, the game probably turns the other way. So now we're to the point where we're talking about winning plays that seal the deal and help you win a game. So good effort, but just didn't get the job done.
This is the Decatur Central Ball Club that came in 1-2 on the season, but we told you on the show last week, do not let that record fool you. They'd played 2 very good teams, both teams that were ranked number 1 in 4A and 5A. In fact, for their losses, and had beaten a good Columbus North team. And they showed it on Friday night against you guys. They were able to move the ball on the ground offensively against you, and their freshman quarterback started to settle in a little bit after those first couple of games that he had.
Yeah, I mean, we knew they were good. That was no question. They're a well-coached team, and they're still, even though they were 1-2, they were still ranked 7th in 5A. So we knew they were pretty good. They kind of did what we thought. Defensively, I think they did a really good job of getting pressure on us, which is something we're going to have to fix moving forward. But they did a really good job of putting pressure on Tyler and kind of really getting after our run game a little bit up front. The defensively, again, I was really proud of our defense. They gave up 200-some yards rushing, but we only gave up 17 points. And they fought, and they made the plays that they had to make to get us the ball back or to stop a big score. And they just did what they had to do to keep us in the game. And we just, offensively couldn't get enough points and enough things together to make it happen.
You talked about some winning plays and opportunity to make some plays early on in the game. Yeah. You guys had an opportunity really maybe to seize momentum from the get-go, a big defensive stand, you get a block punt, but you just can't quite punch it into the end zone.
And what do I tell you every week? Take what's given to you and don't turn the ball over. And that's what happened. Defense gets a stop early. We blocked the punt. We got great field position, and third down we tried to force a play that probably not the best play call. And on top of that, Tyler's got to throw that away, and we'll take 3 points there. And at the end of the night, 3 points ends up being a major deal. So in games like that, those are the type of plays that you make a big play. That punt block could be a winning play, and you got to turn around and get something out of that. And we just didn't. And like you said, that may have changed the whole game. If we're able to get 7 on there, if I know it'd been a tough play, but if Garrett's able to squeeze that ball and get 7 on the board to start the game, what's the rest of the game look like? They're coming off a couple losses. Do they kind of start doubting themselves a little bit? A lot of things could have happened. So, but we can't play the what-if games. We just didn't get it done. And like I've said multiple times, this conference isn't very forgiving. So we just didn't get it done.
Later in the contest as well, Decatur had seized kind of momentum a little bit. You guys come up with another big play on the defensive end, a Benfield interception, but then a couple plays later, again, you guys give it right back to him. Another one of those winning type plays.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We got to capitalize on when our defense makes big plays. We got to capitalize and get it done. And unfortunately, I don't think I've ever seen Braden Shrake fumble, and finally happened. So.
You mentioned it a little bit earlier, too, some things that maybe they did different, but talk a little bit more, maybe, if you can, what Decatur did offensively and even defensively to kind of limit you guys a little bit.
Well, they didn't do much different on offense. They kind of did what we expected, that we thought they were going to run the ball and, let the freshmen take some shots here and there, and that's what they did. So it really wasn't anything we weren't expecting there. Defensively, they were up a little bit more in press coverage than we thought we were going to see. We kind of expected it, but we hadn't seen that as much in the film. And then up front, they just did a good job. They just out-executed us. Nothing we weren't expecting, nothing we didn't anticipate. Their D-line did a really good job of controlling the line of scrimmage and did a really good job of getting pressure on us.
You guys, though, even though you were down and made a great effort there at the end, they got the field goal. It kind of looked like it was going to put things out, but you guys come out, make a few nice plays there on that final drive to try to put yourself in a position to win.
And that's, I told the boys after the game, I was really proud of the no quit. We could have, hey, we're down 10 with 1:40 to go, it's over. And they didn't. We bounced, we went right down the field, made about 4 or 5 plays, touchdown. Now we're looking at an onside kick, and we know Ethan's good from 50. So you get an onside kick, you're about 20 yards away from tying this game up, and if you're able to maybe even take the lead. So we fought really well. Our kids went down to the wire. Unfortunately, just didn't go our way at the end either with the bounce on the onside kick.
Decatur Central comes away with the win in Mid-State Conference, Martinsville's first loss of the season. 17-14 the final. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the Artesians game on Friday night, courtesy of Carl Van Devender here.
Again, like I said, I thought our defense played well up front. They rushed for quite a few yards, but that's, I thought we still did a good job. It was good to see our punt block team get going. Brandon Kent with a big play, got in there, blocked the punt, and again, like you said, this is one of those where we're hoping to turn right now. Let's put it down and get it done, and come out on the first play, have a nice completion to Josh Jones, get inside the 10-yard line basically, and we just don't get it done from there. So. That's one of those things offensively we got to do. We got to execute and punch that thing in. And I thought our DBs played great. That's one. We'd like to see Logan to come down with that, but makes a great play, knocks it down, and they're second or third and long. Again, I thought we made enough of the plays on defense to keep us in the game. Obviously. There's some things they'd like to have back themselves. We'd like to have a few things. Even though they scored 17 points, our defense feels though we could have held them even less than that on a few drives. It's a good job here by Garrett. Garrett kind of saw something the first couple times we ran this and came over and said, hey, I think I can get this guy if we do this. And that was 4th and 10, and we had full confidence in it. And Tyler, we rolled out, made a good pass, and Garrett did beat his guy the way he said he would.
Huge play for you guys going for it, showing some confidence in your defense and also your offense to execute.
And that's why, the way the defense is playing, the way, you're kind of on their side of the field, just go ahead and let's make them stop us on 4 downs. Thought Brandon Kent had a great game, kind of came out and did some things that he, showed he needs to be out there on Friday nights a little bit. Good play by Daniel Ham there. Got Trey Bernard coming in. Again, just solid performance up front. Not perfect, but solid. Big play here by Benfield. Again, there's your pick. Can we capitalize on this now? Our defense is, keeping us in the game over and over again, and unfortunately, again, we gave it right back to them. Devin Brenner, another, Devin was nice to see him get going a little bit on defense. He's felt like he's not played his best, but he's actually played really well, and just it's nice to see him have kind of the performance that we know he can. And there's Stevie Drake on a blitz there coming in, losing his helmet, but huge hit there. That was our hit of the game, and it was nice to see Stevie make some plays as well. Here's that final drive, and just again the kid's not giving up. Tyler, extending a play, finding it to Trevor Hott for a huge gain, and then we probably, we come right back to Trevor here again. It's this play here. Get ball on a little wheel route for Trevor here. He gains quite a few yards, able to get out of bounds, and we get a roughing the passer. So, we're down the sideline real quick here, and then sets up just, we're going to take a shot here. Hunter's a kid we trust in this situation. He went up and got it. So we like the matchup, and he made a big play and got us on the board there. And now we're within 3. Energy's back, and we see an onside kick and just didn't get it done.
Able to execute the onside kick, but just like you said, took the bad bounce, the Decatur bounce, if you will, and the Hawks come away with the victory. So you've got to come back this week to practice. It's the first time this year when you guys are coming in off of a loss. How did the team bounce back thus far this week?
We've had a great week of practice. The motto this week has been to keep digging. You never know when you never know when the big play is going to happen. You never know when you're going to find gold. Those types of things. So it's just been about keep digging. Show up every day, keep doing what we do, go through win Monday, win Tuesday, win Wednesday, and we've done those things. Our kids are invested in the process, and I'm excited to get back on the field tomorrow night.
It does not get any easier
Nope.
tomorrow night.
No.
This is a very, very tough mid-state conference, especially this year, as we have talked about, and you kind of saw a glimpse of that last week when the Artesians battled Decatur Central. But this week, it's Franklin, the Franklin Grizzly Cubs, off to one of their better starts for Coach Cole in the last couple of years. So it's a tough Franklin team that you'll go face on Friday night.
Well, and that's the thing. Coach Cole does a great job. They're really well coached. I don't know that they have any true star players, but they're just so well coached. They might be the best up front we've seen on both sides of the ball. Just solid. They're very, very fundamentally sound, and they're a really good football team. No disrespect to anyone we've played. I mean, even Decatur, who's a really good football team, Franklin might be the best we've seen to date.
That's a Franklin team, too. You say they don't have really any stars, and they're one guy that could be a star, will not be there. Max Clark is hitting baseballs for Team USA, a tremendous athlete. He's pretty good at that. And he also brought a different dynamic, really, to their offense when he was out there with his ability to stretch the field from his wide receiver spot.
Yeah, Max is obviously a phenomenal baseball player, probably be the #1 pick in the draft. All sorts of stuff, but he's a really good football player too, and he causes lots of problems. He's a vertical threat. He's a get the ball in his hands and tough to bring down threat. He's just really good, not fortunate for us or whatever you want to say, but he's representing our country right now, playing baseball. Got to see a few highlights. Looks like he's having fun and playing well, and good for him. And it's nice not to have to prepare for a guy like that, but they'll have a guy ready. They'll have someone else that'll step up. May not be as dynamic as what Max is, but when you have a team that's coached by Coach Cole, they're really well prepared, and he'll have someone ready to go.
They'll have people ready to step up as well, and they'll also probably lean a little bit more heavily on their run game. They've got some guys that can run it behind, like you said, that disciplined offensive line that he'll have.
That's what they want to do. They want to run the ball. The Shepherd kid's big. He's tough to bring down. Solid runner. Offensive line works really, really well together. You kind of look at an offensive line, and you don't always look at, well, this kid's really good, this kid's really good. You kind of look at the whole, and they're just 5 across the board, and they play really, really well. Stopping the run's really big. The quarterback, Pickney, I believe is his name.
Pennick,
Pennick. He's a solid kid. He's slippery. He's not, as fast as some of the, other guys you'll see, but he finds a way to extend plays. He finds a way to run for a 20-yard scramble. He's pretty solid as well. He's come a long way as a quarterback and throws a good ball, but, he definitely wants to hurt you with his feet.
When you look at this Franklin Ball Club, you've seen really 4 different offenses in your first 4 weeks. Now we go to week number 5 with Franklin. Talk a little bit about the offense, schematically, design-wise, that we'll see out of Franklin Friday.
So in the past, Coach Cole's done a lot of RPOs, similar to what we do. A lot of zone, a lot of good run game stuff. Get the ball to his H-back, and they're kind of doing some of that same stuff, but it's a little bit different. They're not doing as much RPOs as we've seen in the past. They're really getting behind that good big offensive line and that running back and making plays that way.
They are a 3-1 coming in on the year. Their lone loss last week to Whiteland. They were shut out, but as we know, that's a very, very good Whiteland Ball Club, #1 in the state in 5A, and Franklin did not have Clark in the game last week as well, so that may have had a little bit with their offensive lack of offensive production. Whiteland, I'm sure, had something to do with that as well, but let's flip over to the other side of the ball. Franklin, defensively, what will we see?
Kind of the same thing, honestly. They're really, 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 really good up front. They're solid in what they do. They're well coached. That's the big thing. I think their defensive line, they do a great job in maintaining their gaps. They do a really good job in the secondary. They've got a safety, the Baker kid. He's one of the best playmakers in our conference, in my opinion. But they're a 4-2-5, 4-3 defense, and they line up and play. That's what they do. They line up and play good, solid, fundamental football.
I'm back healthy now. I think I
was worried about you
died
for a
over
second.
here for a second. I'm looking for, so hopefully Bo caught that, turned my mic down. He's nodding his head,
Yeah.
yes. That's why he's back there doing those things. But I'm good. I'm sure people were worried about that out there. But Martinsville, you take a look there at the Franklin defense. We've talked about their Franklin offense, so we'll go to you once again.
Yeah.
The keys to the game coming up for you guys on Friday
Well,
night.
defensively, we're going to have to play well in the run game. That's what they want to do. They want to try and run the ball. They're going to get the ball to the big running back, and they're going to try and make plays with that offensive line. So staying gap sound, doing our jobs, not giving up the big play there, and then containing 11 a little bit. He's not even so much passing wise, just not letting him have those big chunk plays where he wants to get out and scramble and make plays, because that's where he's really good. He'll dump it off to somebody, or he'll run and get 25 yards, and he's done that every game so far. So defensively, that's what we're going to have to do. Offensively, we got to be better up front. We've talked about it all week. We got to be better up front. We're capable of it. We don't feel like it's a personnel thing. We just think it's an execution thing right now. So we got to be better up front, but it comes down to the same thing. Take what's given to us. Don't force the ball, and take care of the ball, and we'll be fine.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you joining us. Good luck over there on Friday night against Franklin.
Thanks. Appreciate
That's Artesian
everything.
head coach Brian Duggar here inside Martinsville football. The Artesians back in Mid-State Conference play on the road Friday night at Franklin. Get out there and watch the Artesians battle the Grizzly Cubs, 2 3-1 ball clubs going at it. Kickoff 7 o'clock at Franklin Community High School. As always, I'd like to thank the head coach for coming in, for the head coach Brian Duggar, along with Luke Cheatham and Bo Dilley, who helped produce it. I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Martinsville football.